Hi, let's talk a little bit about integers and how we add integers using counters. So let's review a little bit about whole numbers. Whole numbers are those numbers that you learned a long time ago when you were little bitty, when you learned how to count the M&Ms or whatever it was. And so whole numbers start with 0, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Those are those whole values. Integers are those numbers, they're the whole numbers, and they're opposites. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but we have the opposites of those as well, which would be that -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on before that. Notice that integers and whole numbers are whole values. We don't have any fractions or decimals. They all represent whole values. Integers can help us represent things in real life. Like, for example, if it's really cold outside, maybe it's 5 degrees below 0, we could write that as a -5 degrees. Maybe you withdraw money from your account at the bank and you take out $10. Well, that could be written as a -10 or a -$10. If we deposit money, which is the opposite of withdrawing, that would be a positive amount. So maybe I deposit $20, that's going to be a positive 20. They all represent things in real life. A submarine is way down in the ocean. Maybe it's 1,000 feet down below the surface of the ocean. Well, if sea level is 0, then its altitude is below 0, so it would be at a -1,000 feet. Okay? So let's talk about maybe when we have to add integers. Maybe we have a problem such as -3 plus 5. Well, -3 would be 3 before 0, so to the left of 0 on a number line, and 5 would be to the right of 0 on a number line. Well, we have some counters here, and they're two colors. One side is red, and on these, the other side is white. Sometimes they're a different color, sometimes they're yellow, something like that. But we can use these numbers or these colors to represent the values that we have. So -3, I would represent with red, and I would have 3 red beans to represent -3. +5, because it's a +5, I would have 5 white beans to represent the +5. And then what I can do is I can make a 0 pair. Because if I have a -3 and we add to it a +3, I get back to 0. Okay, 0 plus -3 brings us back to, or 3 plus -3 brings us back to 0 as well. And so we can create those 0 pairs. They cancel each other out, they eliminate each other, and what we have left would be our answer, which is a +2, because they're 2 white beans. Okay, let's try another one. What if I have -2 plus -3? So -2 plus -3, -2, I'm going to have 2 red ones. And -3, I'm going to have 3 red ones. Well, this time I'm not going to create a 0 pair because I don't have red and white. I don't have opposites of each other. I have the same color. I tell my students that it's like they're on the same team. They aren't on a red team and a white team now. They're both on the red team. So we can just bring those together, and we can end up with an answer of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red ones, which is a -5. Okay, let's try another one. -4 plus 1. Again, maybe I don't have any beans with me, so I could do something else. I could create my own model. So negative 4, maybe I draw 1, 2, 3, 4 negative circles, because I put a minus sign in there, so now I know they're negative. And for the positive 1, I can put a plus to have those as well, and just one of them to represent 1. Well, this is a positive and negative, so they do represent opposites. So I can create a 0 pair by pairing these up, and that would be equal to 0. And what I have left are 1, 2, 3 negative ones, so my answer would be a negative 3. I hope that helps. That's all for now.